So with the Nintendo Switch in the twilight of its life cycle, hype around the Switch's successor has not only dominated every news outlet, but also caused widespread speculation on what the next hardware will be. I believe the hardware is extremely unimportant, as we have seen games like Tears of the Kingdom and Red Dead run perfectly fine without no difficulty. I don't think Nintendo should try to compete with the likes of the ROG Ally or the Steam Deck to keep the price point in a highly competitive space. I think what we should be talking about is how Nintendo plans to continue the momentum and success it saw with the Switch and avoid the disaster that was the Wii U by pivoting to the one thing it had the hardest time implementing, and that thing is change. There's a laundry list of things that need to happen for Nintendo to go from king of the hill to miles ahead of the competition, and eventually I'll talk about those things and what I think they should change. But today, we're going to focus on the games and the direction they need to take, specifically with regards to existing IPs and retro games. Now don't get me wrong, I believe the Switch has a very good repertoire of games. That's not to say the Switch isn't inundated with pounds of shit and shovelware, and their first-party titles aren't always revolutionary or the best. Looking at you, Mario Strikers. But one thing that made me buy the Switch and will make me buy the next system is the first-party titles. Nintendo will do the obvious things and port over better optimized versions of the Switch-era first-party titles, and will most likely put the SNES, NES, and 64 library over on day one. Moving forward, through the first year or so of the life cycle of the Switch 2, we're going to get ports and remasters of games that we can find everywhere else, arted for cheap. Anyone who paid the Switch tax on Red Dead, then saw what they can play it on for the Xbox will know what I'm talking about, and that probably still hurts. In order to reinvigorate its games catalog, Nintendo is probably the only game company that can really lean into the reimagining of old games. We saw this success with games like Link's Awakening and Mario Maker, where old games were reimagined to look completely different or let us dig into our nostalgia a little bit. I don't know about you, but I would have done anything for a true sequel to the Super Mario World, and when that became a possibility in Mario Maker, it felt like a dream come true. What I'm proposing is going back to that old style of games from NES and SNES, and creating either sequels or entirely new games with that stylistic branding that they had back in the day. We can see that the market is completely viable with indies that are so dominant on the system already that are heavily inspired by Nintendo's back catalog. Nintendo can use pre-existing assets and styles to spend a few months to fart out an entirely different game that they can use to attract more people to the console. From novelty alone, people will buy the games, and if the games are good enough, may even incentivize sales of the console. The run demands for these titles will be low, relatively, and time spent in production should be cut in half if not more so. And the new retro games starring Mario and the likes will bolster the nostalgia machine that is Nintendo's main brand. This isn't just a minimal viable product idea. We have seen this in a fan-made game market where real gems have been created. The moment I saw the fan-made Mario Flashback, I knew that if this was on the Switch, it would absolutely dominate, and if anyone has seen or played the Donkey Kong sequel knows that that was made with love and care. This new direction can be done correctly to make a great game, not just a cash grab. There are many ways to implement this model into something viable, and I believe Nintendo should go the way of the Xbox and create their own version of Game Pass that these games can live on. But if not, Nintendo can just sell the games outright for $30 to $40 easy. Let me know in the comments if you have played these fan-made games or have any ideas for games Nintendo should implement this new retro idea with. Thank you for watching the video. I post as much as humanly possible, and the best thing you can do to help support the channel is liking the video and subscribing to the channel. If you like the content, share the video with a friend and give them a big ol' kiss on the old smacker. Thank you guys very much and have yourself a very great day.